Okay, welcome everyone to our HowToo product update and roadmap. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm just going to share my screen and we're going to jump into the webinar now. But first of all, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we are all joining on from today and to share our respect for elders past and present. I'm actually on Gadigal land of the Eora Nation today. You might like to share what land you're on today, and we'll get started. First of all, let's do some introductions. We've got four of us, four core people from our HowToo team sharing our updates with you today. And I'd just like to run around the room and introduce each of us. So, as many of you know, I am the CEO and founder of HowToo. I've worked in digital learning for many years, building Savvy, the digital learning agency that then we converted into a software and service business, which is HowToo. So really value you as customers and users of our platform, and really appreciate you joining us today. And I would love to hear your input throughout the session. Over to you, Sheena.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheena. I'm the production manager at HowToo. I look after the product development of our HowToo platform and also manage all our service projects end to end to make sure we are on track. I've been working with HowToo for over 12 years now. Thanks everyone for joining our webinar today.
Thanks, Sheena. You look really cute there.
Thank
And
you.
Alex, you look
Hi
cute
everyone.
too.
Absolutely awesome to be a little action figure. Love the work that Ken has done around this. Hi everyone. I'm Alex Richardson, head of growth and partnerships, and very excited to share with you, in particular, some stuff around the API ecosystems and HubSpot integrations that are coming today. So thank you for joining us.
And last but not least, we have Ken.
Hi everyone, I'm Ken, the UX UI lead at HowToo. I work with the fantastic product team, including Sheena, and yeah, happy to be here today.
Thanks, Ken. Fantastic. Okay, so this is our agenda for the webinar. We're going to share with you some of the exciting updates that we've made to the platform, what we've just released, and what is being released in the next few weeks. We're going to go through and show you the APIs and exciting HubSpot integration that is coming in the next week or so. We're then going to take you through what's in our pipe, so what's coming down the pipe, and get your input on what you'd love to see. And then we'll open up for any questions. But please feel free to jump in at any time and add your questions to the chat. So let's jump into our first topic, which is really to take you through the latest updates to HowToo. So we're going to show you our AI media updates. We're then going to show you some of the other updates we've made to the media library, to our blocks, to reporting, and to the ability to log into two or more academies or platforms at the same time with the same email, which is a bit of a breakthrough for us. So I'd like, Ken, if you could share your screen now, if you could show us the exciting new AI media features. We
Sure.
have AI graphics and AI text to audio that were released fairly recently. So if you can share
Yep.
your screen, that would be awesome.
Cool. Yep. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Yep, can see it
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. Before we actually begin though, you got to make sure you have AI turned on in your admin. So some of you probably would have seen this little button AI generate, this little button here. You might have had to play with it already. But if you're not seeing that, it could be because you haven't turned it on, enable AI features. So once you've turned that on, you can pretty much access all the AI features. Now, starting with the AI image generate, you simply go to a block with any image component and just click on this little icon here, and that brings up the AI generate image panel. Um, it's pretty hopefully self-explanatory, so you just put in your prompt here. It could be any prompt. I'll just type in something quite simple. Photo of a person working on their laptop in an office. You've got some aspect ratio controls down here and also some styling control here. We'll just keep it as auto for now. And then just click generate. Now this will take around 20 seconds or so, depending on the size of the prompt. But we found that with prompting, it's generally good to start with the subject, and then maybe after that put some information about style, and then whatever details at the end that you want to put in. So while that's generating, yep, that's generated an image here, so you can preview that. Looks pretty good. And then just click use image, and that pops it into the block there. Now, when you click this panel again, the image is populated into this little container here. And when an image is in here, you actually get into the edit mode, in which this allows you to edit the image via the prompt. I won't go into that now, but you can have a play with that yourself. And yeah, we're very keen to hear your feedback on that. But so that's AI image in a nutshell, Lisa.
Yeah, great. Anybody using it? Has anybody tried it? You can pop your comments in the chat. Maybe keep going, Ken, but love to hear if you've had a go. But let's move on to AI text to audio now. Thank
Yep,
you.
text to audio. So if you select an audio component like this in an audio block, you'll get a button AI generate here. And then there's three options here. You can do text to speech, voice changer, and transcribe. So the first option is basically what it says. Um, you type in your speech here, your text here, and it'll generate based on this audio here. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get the audio to work, but feel free to have a play with it yourself. They sound very natural, these voices. We've integrated with 11 labs, and we found that their voices are very natural and smooth. So have a play with that. And if you click change here, you can choose, from a wide variety of voices. So you've got some filters here for different languages and accents, and even some more advanced filters here. We've got a bunch of nice Australian accents. So feel free to have a play with that. And
Yeah,
then once you're
it's changed so much, the quality now
mm,
of audio from AI.
yes,
Cool.
yes, exactly. So you just paste in your text, whatever you want to paste in there. There's even some more advanced settings to fine tune the voice, speed, etc. I won't go into the details. And then you just click generate, and it's quite quick. And there's your finished generated audio, and you'll just use this audio here. Now,
Brilliant.
fortunately, you can't hear that, but I think you can have a play with that yourself. Now, with AI generate voice changer, it's basically you put in your own voice, and you'll be able to choose the voice from our library, and it'll change it to that voice. So if I use this voice, that's the original source voice, and you pick another voice, say a female, and click generate, it will change it to that voice. And lastly, transcribe audio will basically take the source audio and transcribe it into text. So if I just click transcribe, it'll give you this transcription, which is very accurate, we found. But again, with AI, I think it's good to check everything. But we found that it's been pretty good. So yeah,
Fantastic.
that's it.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Ken. Let's have a look at the media library updates. I know
Yes,
this
so
has been a hot topic for many of you.
media
You
library
you you
update.
spoke and we've listened.
That's right. Yes. So we've done a bit of an update for the media library. Um, so yeah, we've got an update. Oh, sorry, let me log in again.
So we've done one stage of that update and the rest of
Hmm.
it's coming today, right? We're
It's coming
releasing it
today.
today, end of day today. So
That's
yeah,
right.
That's
That's
right.
right. Exactly. Yep. So now you can filter with some of these filters, advanced filters. You can show, whatever media type that you want. And now we've got some categories for you to organize your media. So when you click category, say I create a new category, cats. I'll just go back in here and just select whatever image I want and categorize as cats, and that will pop it into this category. Yeah, so it's just a better way to organize your media. Uh, I think that's media library in a nutshell.
fantastic. Yes. So I think there used to be a bit challenging finding your graphics and tracking them in your media library. So that's really going to make a difference. I know a
Mm.
couple of customers and users are really going to get some value out of that, and everybody else as well. Let's jump
Oh,
into some of the new. Oh, sorry.
just also in phase 2 of media library, we will add the AI create buttons here as well.
Great.
So you can easily create your media that way. Say you want to create a whole bunch of audio, you can just do it right here in the media library, if that's the way you prefer to work.
Perfect. Now we've just done some nice block improvements. It'd be great for you to show us those. Sometimes these things happen and you may not be aware of them. So we thought we'd just point out a couple of cool block updates that have come through over the last, couple of months.
Yep. So I'll just move on to the next block here. So we've done some updates for the flip card block. Before, it will only let you put in an image in the front and some text in the back. So now we've updated it so that you can essentially choose what media you want, media type you want in the card for the front and the back. So yeah, it just gives you a bit more flexibility in how you want to design this interaction. So, for this example, you can say spot the hazard, and you can just kind of flip the card to see the hazard. I'm sure you guys can
Nice.
come up with better examples of that. Um, and then I was just playing around with this. You could do your own little, you know,
Cool.
poker game. I don't know why you use
Woohoo.
this, but
Not encouraged yet. No,
not
it's good with
encouraging
poker.
gambling. No, no.
No.
But yeah, just for some inspiration, I guess.
Awesome.
So with the yeah, so this is the new block, multiple choice grid. So this allows you to have multiple rows of question and answer. And so it looks like the rating scale block, but it's actually a multiple choice block. So you can kind of design your interactions like that. What
Cool.
else do I have?
Got another
So
one?
we've done some modal
Oh,
updates
nice.
where when you click into a modal, it allows you to choose different settings like modal size, layouts, so a bit more control over how things look, as well as being able to add different media types in these modals. Um, yep, so just a bit more flexibility around that. And yeah, as well as an image zoom option where uh, say for example, you want to show a screenshot, but it's too small. You you can click on an image and in the side panel enable image zoom. So that just lets you zoom in to get a better detail. Good for, showing screenshots and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's about it for today.
Thanks, Ken. Looks great. I wonder who designed that.
Yeah.
So the next one, I'd like you to show us is very quickly some of the reporting updates that we've made.
Yeah, so for reports, let me jump to one of these ones. Yeah, we've improved the reports over the last several months. We added, if you click into reports and then export CSV, we've got some more options for you to choose here. So if you click detailed, you can go in and actually refine some of these filters, like choose your course that you want to export, choose learners, and in the advanced options, there's a bunch of other things you can control here so that when you export your CSV, it will be more custom for what you've selected. If I open that, there's your report right there with the filters
Beautiful.
you've set. So that's reports.
Awesome.
And
Thank you. I think that's it on what we're released, what's already been released. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
perfect. All right, I will share my screen again and we will just look into the next topic, the next block. And I'm just going to quickly talk through what's coming soon. So we have a number of new features coming. We have an auto reallocate feature, which allows you to set up a reallocation of a lesson in, say, 12 months' time if you need your learners to re-accredit for particularly compliance training. So that's an exciting new feature, means you don't need to do that manually. We've got SAML single sign-on, and I know particularly we've got a number of government customers and a number of you are online now today, and I know that's becoming more and more important for you. So that's coming next Tuesday, which is great. We're going to be able to offer certificates, so you'll be able to set up certificates for your learning, and learners will be able to log in and see those certificates, which is exciting. We have continuing professional development points, so tracking of lessons completed in HowToo and hours spent on learning in HowToo, but also tracking training spent or points that are acquired outside the platform as well. So that's coming soon. We have 4 new ready-to-go lessons on the go. They've already been largely built. We just need to make some tweaks and we'll release those soon. So we've got responsible lending, supporting vulnerable customers, anti-bribery and anti-corruption, and managing customer complaints. And it's not 2 customers, it's 1. Bit of a typo there. We're going to be launching a new feature, which is launch a lesson in an iframe. And that'll be really exciting because that'll allow for the embedding of learning in all sorts of integrated platforms. And Alex will talk a little bit more to that when he shares the update on our API ecosystem. You'll be able to delete users. I know that's really important for many of you from a cyber security data management perspective. So that's actually gone to, I think, staging and testing as we speak. So that's going to be released very soon. And we have additional reporting options that we'll be releasing. So you'll be able to add an extra access control or extra feature for users where they can not necessarily be admin, but still access a report. So that could be really good if you've got users that just need to access reports, but don't need to be admin or creators or use up one of those creator seats. We're also going to add additional filtering for reports. On the reporting topic, we also have another feature. You currently can update your report, your lesson and distribute that to learners. We're going to give you more options around that, whether you want the updated lesson to be sent to all learners who have already commenced a lesson, or whether you want them to complete the old version and only access the new version when they've completed that. So we're giving you more options on that version control side of things as well. So lots coming soon down the pipe. So let's jump into our API ecosystem. I will hand over to Alex now, who will talk to you about this fantastic ecosystem that we've been building this year.
Thanks, Lisa. The team's been hard at work, as you can see, on lots of the front end stuff. But at the same time, we've been working a lot on our API ecosystem. And this is an open API ecosystem that we've built in a really industry best practice way that allows for our system to talk with any other third-party system. And there's a couple of different use cases or examples of where you can use that. So the ecosystem includes what we call endpoints and webhooks. Endpoints are where you're able to speak with our system and request for data or request for some actions to be taken place in our platform as a result of that. The other is a webhook, and a webhook is where an event triggers our system to talk with a third-party system and say, this has happened in our system, make note. And so what we're integrating with at the moment are CRM systems, association management systems, HRIS systems, and so on. This allows for those systems to enable a bidirectional sync. So what that means is they can give us information and we can give information back. A relationship between two systems is often referred to as a parent and child, where someone is the source of truth of data. And we understand that academies and learning platforms are sometimes second or third down the chain in terms of the source of truth, in terms of data when it comes to things like email address, name, and so on and so forth, that might be governed in a HR system or a CRM or something along those lines. So as a first point of call, your systems are able to tell us who the learner is, create the learner within our system without actually having to do so in our system, and then to actually enroll them into certain groups or courses. What then can happen is your systems can then listen to ours, and we can report back on things like lesson completion, course completion, and so on. So you might want to create workflows on your end around stop and go, for example, if you don't want to let somebody to a work site until they've finished their compliance training, or perhaps you don't want them to proceed on to a certain certificate level or credentialing level until they've finished a certain tier of course. All of that can be engineered from the way in which our systems talk together. This API ecosystem has allowed us to create a number of native integrations that we've started rolling out, one of which is HubSpot, which I'm going to talk about now. Some others that are coming, we're working on integrations with Workday, HighLogic, and a number of other platforms. We've integrated with a platform called EventsAir, and so on. Now, one last thing I'll say before we hop into the HubSpot integration is that the next phase of the API ecosystem will include a broadened and wider remit of reporting. So that will include things like CPD, but also metadata that sits within the lessons and the courses that can then feed into, say, co-pilots that are providing support to staff members or to members. It's able to actually contextualize the learning and personalize the learning in the moment. Thanks, Lisa. So HubSpot integration is a perfect example of this in action. So what we can see here is that we've actually created a HubSpot integration. This is a native app that will be launched publicly on the marketplace within the next couple of weeks. What you can see here is the ability to actually group different learners into different categories, which can then be enrolled into different courses within our platform. So essentially, HubSpot is able to, through these lists of learners, within HubSpot actually enroll the learners into HowToo in the first place. So if you've got customers buying lessons or courses, it can enroll them. It can then group them and therefore enroll them into certain groups within the HowToo platform, which in turn enrolls them into courses or into lessons. You can map the actual lessons or courses back to the HubSpot property. So HubSpot have recently launched an area called courses within their platform that then segments their data within the back end. So you can align the lessons and courses within HowToo to the lessons and courses within HubSpot. That in turn means that you're able to then manually enroll, like we're seeing here, certain learners or users within HubSpot into those courses or lessons directly from HubSpot itself, rather than having to log into the HowToo platform. And we're able to track that data in terms of their lesson and course completion back against the learner and the organization. This in turn allows for things like reporting. Custom reports can be built in HubSpot to be able to see lesson or course completion. You can start to slice and dice that data to see, well, how many people have actually gone on and bought a certain tier of product as a result of actually completing the training or the learning. And then you're also able to build out these workflows. So this is a perfect example. If you're thinking about maybe your HRIS system integrating with our platform or CRM or something like that, this is what this can look like eventually, which is where we can send back that data back to HubSpot. And then HubSpot has the ability to build out workflows. So this might be triggering certain actions within your CRM. That might be unlocking different areas, re-enrolling people into new courses or lessons, sending out emails or communications at certain points as well, maybe even assigning CPD points or credentialing on a wider level. Eventually, once we have that CPD module that was mentioned and integrating that back in, you'll be able to pull all CPD points from across multiple platforms within a single platform like an HRIS or CRM system or association management system. So that in turn is the API and HubSpot integrations. Thanks for checking it out. And if you've got any questions about what's possible, please feel free to reach out, book a meeting with us, and we'd love to talk to you about how you could use that API ecosystem for your own usage. We do have a Zendesk portal that takes you through the actual documentation of our APIs, so we can share that with you, so you can share it with your IT team and ask what's possible as well. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much, Alex, and thanks for your leadership on this front, particularly around the APIs and helping us get this HubSpot integration done. It's very exciting times for us. Okay, now what's coming? So I want to just take you through what's on our roadmap and then get your input. And hopefully I can get your input. So I think our chat, if you're trying to add some comments in chat, I'm not sure whether that's working. So we'll work out a way that you can add your thoughts in a minute. But this is what's
Q&A.
Q&A? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
so people can put it as questions.
Okay, so please, as we go, could you add questions and or comments, suggestions, etc. So let's just go through what's coming. So we have a lot going on the AI side of things, which would not be a surprise to any of you. We're working on the next phase of our AI Create feature, which will break down the process of creating a lesson into steps. So first of all, it'll help you define your learning outcomes, your business outcomes, put in your brand. You'll then build out a content outline and interact with that. So instead of just getting a lesson all in one hit, in the way it works now, it'll be a lot more iterative, and you will have a chance to interact with the program and platform as that lesson is being created at every step of the way. So we're just doing that prompt engineering at the moment and developing that feature. So that's really high on our agenda for release in the coming, shorter period that's coming up. As part of that, you'll also have assessments that will be generated and we're looking at ways that AI can be reviewing the content as well. We're looking at features around more personalized learning. And again, AI is really powerful for addressing that opportunity. And real-time AI-driven reporting and analytics to demonstrate return on investment. As you may know, we have expanded sort of our remit beyond internal training, and we are also focusing on customer education and partner education, and also very focused on how you can demonstrate return on investment for internal training. And data and AI is really powerful in terms of helping you do that. So that's a focus for us in the next, 12 months. We're also continuing to develop the creator and academy platforms. So we have features of, more scheduling features coming up, more email communication enhancements and features, more UI updates to our academy, more options around your choice around the UI for the academy. We're going to have the ability to have multi-academies. So you can have an academy for maybe internal training, one for customer education, one for partner education, and continual improvements on the editor, the theme builder, and the blocks. And with our integrations, this is really only the beginning. We see integrations as being critical for our platform to continue to add value and make it easy for you and your users and your learners to get value from our platform in a kind of more seamless way. So we continue to integrate with our customers, our partners. We integrate with other platforms in the ecosystem, whether it be in the customer journey ecosystem, but also in the HR and work area of platforms. We will continue to integrate there as well. So that's really a big focus for us moving forward. What I might do then is go around the room and ask Sheena, Ken, Alex, what you're most excited about around either what we've released or what's coming. Maybe one thing in summary from your takeaway of HowToo, where we've been or where we're going. Maybe start with you, Alex.
Yeah, I'm particularly excited about a lot of the AI create tools and where that's all heading, and how mindfully the team has been building that out to align with instructional design and learning science, to make sure that it's quality as opposed to just, garbage out. So I'm really excited for AI Create Phase 2 and all of the AI generated assessments and so on that's coming, but also what Ken and the team have built so far around that. I think it's going to speed up a lot the process of creating lessons.
Fantastic. Ken, something
Yeah,
you're excited about.
I think I'll have to agree with Alex. There's a lot of stuff happening in the AI create front. So, especially with AI video, I think that's an area we can
Mm.
definitely work on
Mhm.
to make, content creation super simple for everyone. So that'll be a really good area to look at.
Sheena.
Yeah, along with AI, I think I'm excited about the course certificate designer as well. That's pretty exciting, where we get to design the certificate and the learners achieving that, having a copy in their profile. That feature is very exciting. And also the CPD, that has been around for a while, and that's exciting as well. Learners being credited and learners also having the ability to have external activities and have CPDs allocated to external activities as well. So that's a pretty exciting feature as well. Yeah.
Fantastic. I'll
Beautiful.
just add mine. I mean, I'm excited across the board. I'd say just to add to that is the continued development of our API ecosystem and more integrations to make it easier for our creators and our learners to really have that learning more seamlessly integrated in their working lives. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, generally excited about all of this, what we've released, where we've been, and where we're going. So I hope you all are excited too. So thank you all for participating today. Please reach out anytime and let us know if you would like to discuss any of these features further. If you have any, we would love to get your input on our roadmap, what would make a big difference for you. So please send your thoughts and ideas through to us to probably start with, maybe sending an email to Alex at howto.co with any feedback and if you'd like to jump into a conversation about your needs in further details. So thanks again for joining us. Really, really great to be able to share our update with you and hope you have a great rest of Thursday. Thank you. Or Wednesday. I think we're all Thursday today. Thank you.